Now, let me prepare. I hope everything works through. I'm shaking. I hope the internet doesn't just leave me again. Mic volume could be a bit loud, I think. Yeah, that sounds about good. Where are my headphones? Okay. Crisis averted. Most of the viewers are gone now though, which is sad because they probably didn't get notified of the new stream yet. But maybe they'll come back. Maybe. Hopefully. Anyways, what are we gonna do today? Well, the main goal of today is showcasing everything that has been done in the past few days. I saw a lot of people confused by the title, saying that this is day 4. It is day 4 of the development process of this game. It is not day 4 of streaming. So no, you didn't miss out on anything. This is the second stream within this project. Now, I think we should start with a recap. For anyone that joins us that hasn't joined last time, or for anyone that will watch this video in the future, let's start with a quick recap. So, the goal of this project is to make a game in 1 month, and it's going to be a combination of genres and games. In short, it's Mirror's Edge, but in a horror game and in hell. That's basically the biggest premise, with the addition of being structured like an getting over it / only up game, so like a Fodian game. Basically, the level design is done in a way that you lose progress by falling down and you gain progress by climbing up. And now imagine with only up, but with a jump scare around every corner and spooky scenes and an immersive first-person experience, because we are taking the first-person parkour element from Mirror's Edge. Okay, so that's basically the game. We're gonna try to make that in 1 month. And yeah, we're all feeling it. It is a very rough development timeline. But let's see how day 4, our 4 days of development went. But first, I have to talk about our sponsors, because this project is also sponsored. For those that joined last time, you already know the sponsors are Sloyd. So what is Sloyd? Sloyd is basically a tool that allows you to accelerate the asset creation process of your projects. I think the easiest will be if I show you directly within my browser. Let me quickly load Sloyd and let's go to the screen selection. Okay, so this is Sloyd. Basically, it allows you to create assets very quickly. They have AI features and so on, but main goal of Sloyd is you need an asset, you go in here, you search for the asset, and you create the asset. Now, the big twist with Sloyd, which differentiates them from all the other asset stores, is that you can customize each asset. So maybe you want the bag to be a bit shorter and very high, to have this almost backpack kind of looking bag. Or maybe you just want a very, very tiny handbag. You can do that too. And it allows you to dynamically customize your asset creations without needing the extensive 3D modeling experience. Now, a big twist with Sloyd as well, because this obviously is a very simple asset, but if we go with a more complex asset like the sword, they have a very extensive sword building asset, or where is it? It is not here. Let me reload the page real quick. And let's try this again. Okay, so sword is invisible. I guess a bug. Okay, well, the normal sword is unavailable at the moment. I'll have to tell them that. But let's take at the sci-fi sword, which is just as extensive as the normal sword. So you have a lot of swap out parts. So parts you can swap out, like pointy blade, dual blade, simple blade. Let's go through them all. Then you can also customize the grips to different grips you want, the guards. There's a lot of possibilities. And then obviously you can customize the blade length, only the blade, not the entire sword, to make something crazy long or something like a sci-fi huge dagger, I guess. Or the blade width to just make it chunky. As you can see, there's lots of customizations you can do with removing details. And there's a LOD slider in there as well. So maybe these LODs are a bit too much for me, so I can simplify it. Obviously, the LOD slider only affects LODs that can be reduced. These are already like squares, so there's not much to reduce there. There's not much to optimize there. But that's basically what Sloyd is. Now, as you can see, this can very quickly get very complex. There's a ton of settings for each asset, and yeah, you'll be scrolling for a while to find what you need sometimes. So they added an AI. Now, it's very important to note that this AI doesn't generate the assets. The AI simply uses the tools and sliders and toggles to customize the asset for you without you having to go into the description and trying to find that one setting you want to change. So let's say I want a longer blade. So I asked the AI that. The AI will look through the settings and change the setting for you. And so he made our blade a lot longer. Let's say I want a different handguard. The AI will go into the handguards and change it out. Obviously, I can be more specific if I know better what I want. So it changed the handle. Yeah. Another thing, you can also use the AI to create stuff. So let's see, I want a Viking axe. I'm not sure what this is going to create, but let's see. Basically, what this does is he will not only go into the assets and try to find an asset that suits your needs, but also customize it slightly to already be what you asked for. I have to stop saying all the time. It's like this filler. And the last one of the newer features that they added, or it's been in for a few months now, but it's still kind of new, is you can ask for asset packs entirely. So maybe give me assets for an office area. And now we wait, and it will create multiple assets for an office area. Keyboard, lamp, clock, another lamp, because offices apparently need a lot of lamps. But as you can see, he will go ahead and create a few assets for a office area. Again, with these prompts, you can be a lot more specific. And in a lot of cases, the AI actually understands pretty well what you're asking it. Okay, so that's for this part. Now, enough talking about Sloyd. Thank you, Sloyd, for sponsoring this whole project. Let's move on to actually showcasing what we did these past few days. So, first of all, I propose we take a look at, what did I plan here? At the asset and character showcase. So let me just make sure that I am on the latest version. Watch it all break live for an authentic dev experience. I don't know how you guys all deal with version and source control. It just is a nightmare for me. There's always something breaking, always. It never just works out of the box. Okay, so we did have some changes. Let's pull these changes. Who made these changes? Show in Explorer, and let's launch Leap of Sins. Okay, so we prepared a few maps specifically for you guys to showcase everything we did. So the 3D team started working on blockouts for different models. So we plan on having these kind of street areas with cars and so on. Like basically we want to replicate a very small chunk of a main city in a almost hellish post-apocalyptic way. And so we'll have like bus stops and phone booth, I think, maybe. Cars. This is all a blockout, right? This is not the final models, just to be clear. But this is an early blockout. And then the main character. Obviously, it's going to be first person, so he doesn't have a head. No point in adding a head with the first walk cycle prototype. Now, we haven't added this walk cycle to our character blueprint yet, so I won't be able to showcase how this looks. Important is these walk cycles are made specifically for first person, so they might look a bit weird in third person, although I think this walk cycle looks perfectly fine, but some of the future animations might look weird. But it's basically so that if you're in first person and we have the camera strapped to the body, the camera doesn't move too much. Okay, those are the assets. Pretty cool. I really like how he's wounded, and he has like little wounds everywhere and some reddish everywhere. It's torn pants. This looks particularly painful. Oh my god, this. Yeah, I would not like to be in his shoes, which is exactly what we want. You know, it's a guy that is in hell and he's suffering, so that's what we wanted to portray. And that's for the assets. Not much to show. I mean, not much. It's only been 4 days, and I think the progress has been perfect. Right in schedule. So let's go take a look at, I would say, the main kind of level gray blockout. Oops, that is not what I wanted. Okay, so the goal is that we have a character, and he starts here, basically. He starts inside this hole. There will be lava and lots of stuff, and then he looks up to the tower and he sees this huge tower, and obviously, like the good player he is, he will be like, I want to go to that tower. And that's at least hope. We want to basically, instead of trying to force the player into a direction, we want to guide him visually. Obviously, he will not be able to go in a different direction just because the scope of this game wouldn't allow this kind of stuff. Do you store the assets on GitHub or just the code? No, we store the assets and everything on GitHub as well. So yeah, this is the early blockout. So the goal is that he will, in this area here, he will learn the parkour mechanics. He'll learn how to climb, how to use these first-person mechanics to climb and avoid different obstacles. And then he arrives at the big building, and that's where the main game will start. Oi, we live in. And so yeah, that's the early blockout. Not much to show. This is mostly to see how big stuff is. Let's look at it from the character's perspective. I made a quick like first-person kind of view. This is the size, so it does have quite a big scale, which is a bit worrying considering the time we have to design the whole level and create this whole environment. But overall, this is the kind of sense of scale that I want in the game. Okay. What's next? What's next on schedule? I have my little cheat sheets that I do need from time to time. There was another map, was a very early prototype, but as you can see in the thumbnail, we have this idea of we want to have a blinking eye system or a big eye demon that always watches you and also illuminates the area. Scale looks great in first person. Yeah, I agree. The scale looks great in first person. And so basically the eye, as you can see, he closes, the light stops, and then he opens. Like that was just a very early test of this. The goal is that when the eye is closed, you don't see anything to kind of disrupt the player. But this isn't where we want it yet. And it's not on the top of our priority list, but it is something we would like to have in the game. Okay, enough of that. Now to my favorite part, actually, and that is, we can look at the shader test. If you remember last time, we worked on the visuals in a different map, in the map that was full of assets that looked great. So I tried to replicate the visuals and the shader in here. Obviously, we don't have the red lava. It is a bit brighter because it's outdoors and so on, but this is kind of the visual style we would like to go with. But we might change it along the road, but this is for now how things are supposed to look. It's kind of stylized, pixelated, very slight pixelization, but pixelated look. Okay, now my favorite part, and that's the sound system. We have a very talented sound engineer, sound designer. He's kind of everything. He's basically designing the whole audio system of the game, as well as actually creating the audios himself. So our character is barefoot. So he actually goes outside and records him walking barefoot on different surfaces. That isn't in yet, but it is in the process. Can't wait for that. But what we do have is a sound system implementation that I can show you guys. I wonder if the sound will come through. Let me quickly see. Yeah, it comes through. It comes through. So this is the sound, and we wanted a very realistic sound since it's first person, it's a horror game, sound is very important. So we have this very extensive sound system with different surfaces. So this is wood, metal, marble, dirt, concrete. So it all sounds very good. I'm very happy with how this is turning out. And then we obviously have different sounds for when it's indoor and the sound is like echoing around. So let's have a listen to that. Yeah, this sounds great. I'm very hyped about the sound system in the game, to be honest. This sounds really cool with the music areas. It really sounds realistic. Overall, this is like really immersive. I'm very happy with how this sound is turning out. Yeah, damn. Sounds great, right? Different surfaces indoors. These are all placeholder sounds, and it already sounds so good. I can't wait to hear how it will sound in the final game. And just this area where, you know, it echoes around here and then you leave this area and how the sound changes. Listen to this. Oh man, it sounds so good. I'm really happy with this. So yeah, these are the systems. Now let's take a look at my parkour system, which looks a bit funky for now, because I've been mostly working on the integration of the whole thing. It's not in the same project. I'm basically making a component in a different project, so I don't have to push and pull and fetch all that with the source control yet. And I'll just bring it over to the main folder. You want some of that? Yeah, I can understand that. So traversal system, I think. Let's see. So my system is still in its early stages, although most of the like the scanning mechanics, because I have to scan for walls and the height of walls and adjust all that. There's also no I-key adjustments yet. I just started working on that. But slowly now I can bring in the animations and so on. So hopefully the progress on this will be soon a lot more visual. But for this, I think for now I'll turn on my debugging tool so you can actually see what's happening a little bit more. So let's turn this on. And yeah, this is a huge blueprint component. So it's absolutely massive. So let's take a look at this. So I have my ground check at the bottom. I did a different ground check than the Unreal Engine implemented one because I think I needed, like, some of the stuff didn't work with the is falling node. So I needed something that tells me when I'm really effectively on the ground. Will you proceed? I can't read because of the weird heart icon that is in the way. Will you use procedural animation for that? No, I will not use procedural animation. We will actually animate everything. But we will, like, for example, I will procedurally, or not procedurally, it's not procedural, but I will adjust the IK for the hands and so on so that everything always matches. So basically, when I press space, I have these scans. And then when it detects a wall, for example, it looks at the whole wall. These are a lot of traces for now. I'll probably reduce the amount, but for now, that's how much it has. And when you get to a wall that you can actually climb and press space, you'll actually grapple onto it. And newly implemented is actually moving around on the wall. Now, this looks a bit funky for now still. As you can see, the hands don't match up. But all the checks are in place to prevent you from like glitching through the wall and doing stuff you're not supposed to, or climbing up on stuff you're not supposed to. And the really cool thing is something that is already in as well is that if there's a difference, for example, here, he will automatically adjust. But when the height is too high, he will not be able to climb that additional. A cool thing as well, there's different climbing methods like this one, but also this one that you can dynamically change in between. These are so many line traces. Holy. And now let's take a look at it in first person. I go up to the wall, I jump up to the wall, and then I can climb up here. Everything works. Obviously, the character is not made to be first person, and the animations are still a bit too jittery as well. But all that is, I think, will be fixed in the near future. So yeah, that's basically the progress that we have for now in our 4 days of development. Still a lot of work to do, but I'm hoping to get this whole parkour system done by Monday. At least the prototype version, so that we can actually start building the level and designing all the little parkour puzzle almost, I would call it. And see where it goes from now. So what are we going to do from the rest of the stream? Well, I propose that first of all, we start by importing some of the assets that we used last time to the main project. Although last time I tried that, it went terribly wrong. So I don't want to import everything because it's just a lot of space. So I'll try to migrate only the things I need. I have a great wall running tutorial. Considering the wall running stuff will probably not work with the system I'm working now. I don't think I'll have to change it significantly anyways. Also, I'm not actually convinced there will be wall running in the similar way as in Mirror's Edge, just because it is a horror game with a more slower pace. So maybe we'll implement some kind of, I'm not sure. I'm not convinced about wall running yet. I'll definitely add it to just see how it feels inside the game. But it might not make it to the game. Is the movement planned to be fast? Climbing seems kind of slow. So the climbing definitely is on the slower side now. This is mostly for me to see if there's a problem, you know, like I'm not, I can always speed up everything later on. But overall, the parkour will not be as fast-paced as in Mirror's Edge. It will be more a slower, precise precision experience where the main reason why is because if we make it too fast, it will reduce the horror elements of the game. Like if you can just outrun everything and be super fast, it usually, the game just would feel less scary. And that's what I try to avoid. Okay, so let's dig into this. First of all, I'm not sure what this is, but we don't need that. What we need, do we need this? Spires. We don't need all these either. I don't think we need any meshes. We need materials, alpha brushes, brushify. Well, no, we don't need that. What's this? We don't need that either. So I definitely want the sky dome thing. So let's see, how big is this? Show an explorer. I was wondering, how big is this? That's already quite big. First of all, this asset is a Photoshop asset, basically, so you can customize it, but it's like 0.5 GB, which is absolutely way too much. Let's delete that. That should already do a lot. So let's migrate. So let's disable everything and then only choose brushify. Brushify, and then I want Underworld. I don't want the maps. Where are the maps? Underworld assets. I want the Underworld assets for sure. I'm sorry, this will take a bit of concentration. So entertainment value will go down a little bit. Okay, so I want the assets. And what else do I want? The materials. Materials. I would also love the outcrops. All the visual effects that they use, but I'm not sure where they store that, to be honest. But let's migrate this for now and see if that even works out. So we need this, Leap of Sins, Show in Explorer. What do you guys think of the name Leap of Sins? Is it a cool name? Is it confusing? What's your opinion on that? Assets already exist. Did I do it in the wrong one? Cancel. That's not what I wanted. Brushify, maps, assets. Because what I mainly want right now is the... I think, yeah, that's basically all the assets that I need, all the VFX and so on. Okay. So why didn't that work? Why does it say it already has that? It shouldn't have that. Yeah, it doesn't. What are you talking about? Content. Let's copy paste this in here. Select. There we go. This works. Okay, now we close this and we hope for the best that this GitHub push won't break everything. Oh, wait. This is gonna upload. So the stream might lag for a little bit. Actually, maybe let's just see if it all works even before I do anything. Leap of Sins. And then we can decorate the main map ever so slightly with the new assets. Let's see. So the sky dome, no, that's not what I wanted to do. What we need is a sky sphere. Do we have a sky sphere already? We should, right? Sky box. No, this is a material. Material instance, skybox. There we go. And now we simply put this on there. Oh, that looks trippy. Oh, it's because it's not big enough. We have to slow down the animation somehow. Or we just make it a lot bigger. Let's scale this up by 50. Okay, that might have been a bit too big. Why is it so... I mean, it's cool, but it's a bit too fast. How much do you need to scale this up for it to look normal? 100? There has to be a way to slow down this animation. Like, this is insanely fast. Oh, wait. We should probably use a material instance. What's up? How are you going, Huster? Oh, Queso's Massive Burger is releasing on the 28th of this month. Hell yeah. But I probably won't have time to play it this month at least. Maybe in one of the streams in the future, we could quickly try it out, but... so we need to find the Brushify, Maps, Underworld Assets, Sky Dome Material. Can we have a material instance of that, maybe, instead? MI Hell Sky Dome. Let's see. Skybox. Brightness, contrast, flow, texture, speed. There we go. That's what we need. Let's see how fast this is. Now we can also reduce it back to maybe 20. Just for now. So this is way too fast. So let's try to slow it down, maybe 1.1 even. Save that. That is still pretty fast. But it's better. Also, let's reset this to like 1, but pull it down. Oh, I guess the collision is enabled on this. So let's disable that. Collision presets, no collision. There we go. What are you playing? It's still pretty fast. Like, how slow does this have to be? This might be alright. Yeah, that's almost a bit too slow. So let's do this at 5 maybe. This should be fine. Yeah, that looks good. But it's so blurry. I don't get it. Like, what did I do? What is different on this than with the other one? Weird. Okay, but this is kind of the Sky Dome we want to use. Dirt Rally 2. Oh man, that's an old game. I mean, old. It's not that old, but didn't that game come out like a while ago? Blueprint. So this is the Thunder blueprint. Lava plane. The hell is a lava plane? Oh, these things might not work because I didn't import the texture. Oops. Oh, never mind. They do work. Okay. You just need to load, I guess. Let's grab this and asset action. Reload. That didn't do anything. Error. Where is the error? Missing material function. Oh, damn. I didn't import the material functions. Well, that's a problem. Oh, yeah. Well, so much for that. Change histories. Google it and see what happens. Okay, now I'm interested. I need to Google that. What happens? Queso's massive burger. I'm scared. I am gonna Google it on the secondary monitor before I show it on the main monitor for sure. Oh, I'm using Bing again because hell nah. Okay, let's take it back here. Man, Bing sucks. Okay. I like that this is the third image we find. Wait, is this an AI video? Watch me get viruses now. Let's just... No, it's not an AI video. It's some weird cover. Okay. Well, glad I Googled that. The game doesn't have a store page. Will you like sell it on Steam or just itch.io or what's happening? I'm gonna discard all these changes simply because I'd like to import it in a working state. Oh, I know. We can take a look at the main map, maybe change it a little bit. I kind of want to add the post-processing materials. Good day, Doubtful Hermit. How are you? No, this is not the right game. Leap of Sins. There we go. You got a totally different search. Well, you know, Google does adjust their search to you. So maybe that says more about you than... So, level main. Let's see. Let's add the post-processing volume to this. By the way, today's stream is going to be quite short, just because I have some more coding work to do. And since I don't really know what the hell I'm doing, in a lot of cases, I do watch a lot of like... I Google the errors a lot. I don't think it would be interesting on stream to... I mean, I'm sure you guys would love to see me struggle and suffer, but... Hey, Cactus. Yeah, you missed the best parts. I've shown some crazy stuff. Maybe it says something weird about you, Floky. What, that I don't get weird results when Vortex does? I'm not sure that's how it works. Okay, so post-processing volume bound. No, I forgot a U infinite bound. Yep, that's the right one. And now we go to material. We add a post-processing material. It should be called pix mi. There we go. So that's the pixelization shader on. And then we go to LUTs. Is it just me or does LUTs, the word LUT sounds like an insult to me? I don't know why. Like I know what LUT means. And I know it's not an insult, but it just sounds like an insult to me. Like LUT. Just sounds wrong. I don't know. So let's delete this. For some reason, this is still here. Okay. Nuts? No, LUTs. L-U-T. LUTs is basically a color correction shading method. I'm not sure how you call it, but yeah. VFX. So see LUTs. So written like this. I think it was this one, and it was 15. Would that be? Maybe. Although the red doesn't come out nicely. Is this really the right one? This one looks cool as well, but I like one. I think it was PD14, if I remember properly, but that's very green somehow. Now, let's adjust the light, directional light maybe a little bit. Like something like 4, just to make it slightly darker. The red does come out nicely, actually. Especially these ones. Let's see it. I never said I got weird results. Thanks for gaslighting me. It's what I do best. So, it is a bit... Let's look at some other different LUTs. Let's see. Black and white, no. Blue bloom, no. Higher color. What does this do? Well, that's not bad. Maybe. I think it's hard to tell until we have the environment properly set up. So I think I'm going to leave it at something, just a random thing for now. So we have some kind of color grading. Let's go back to what I had before the BD14, because I know that's what I chose in the other pack. I mean, I think the easiest way is just to take a look at it. Be back soon. See you soon. Let's take a look at the main map. I mean, not the main map, but the designer map. That's how I called it. Designer map to see what kind of visual shading we used exactly. Brushify, maps, underworld. There we go. So here we use the shader. You see how nice and red, and like how the red popped nicely? But maybe that's just... No, it does look nice. I like this shader. So why doesn't it look as good in the other one? Let's see. LUT. BD15. We use BD15 on 0.6. Let's see. So BD15 on 0.6. I guess red is pretty nice and vibrant. It's less vibrant than in the normal mode, but everything else is also a lot less vibrant. So the reds will see more violence. And the reason why I want, is this a day limit to this? Is there a day limit to this series? Yeah. So we're trying to make this game in 1 month. So basically on the 23rd of August is the deadline goal. It's mainly just a challenge, and because most of us have this month free, so that's why we limited to that. And but like if really we can't finish it during that time, I don't mind spending more time on it. So it's not like it's like a challenge, but like if we don't manage to finish it, it's not the end of the world. Are you interested in parkour ERL? Oh my god, I can't say that. ERL. Yeah, kind of, but it's not like I have time at the moment. Like I'm not somebody that underestimates how hard parkour can actually be. And it's definitely something you have to invest a lot of time in. Obstacle. I wonder how long it will take me to just finish this. Because that will say a lot about the length. So maybe someday. Is this even possible? I don't think this is possible without the actual like parkour. No. Sag. Maybe third person. I'm hitting my head. But for now it is no time. Will there be a quick time events? I tried it once. No, there won't be. I am considering, but I honestly dislike quick time events. I'm not a huge fan of it. But what there probably will be, and that is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater grinding. I think I talked. What the why? I wanted in Google. I don't want Bing. That I think I haven't figured out how to change in Edge, how to change the main like search thingy. So you know how in Pro Skater there's like this grinding mini game that you have to like balance with left and right, like this thing. We might want something similar to that, where if you're like walking over the plank, let's go to this plank here, for example. Like you walk. Oh, okay. The stairs don't have collisions yet, I guess. Let's just stand in the lava. Where you'll have to walk over this plank, right? And there will be like a balancing mini game where you have to like make sure not to tilt too much to the right or to the left. And then just to be extra evil, we might throw in some jump scares while you're walking over this. You have like some jump scares, and if you don't react fast enough, like to counter with the balancing mini game, you'll fall off. So that's what we plan to do. I'm really excited to see how this whole thing will play, you know, once the parkour system is in. I guess it's supposed to be wall running. We'll see if that is implemented. There will be ways to die. Like there will be death events, and the deaths are pretty punishing because you go back to the start. Like every time you die, you wake up at the very start. But the death events will be quite rare. Like it doesn't happen too often. However, the main way we punish the player will be by pushing him off. So imagine you're like doing a jumping puzzle here and you miss it and you fall all the way back down. So yeah, that's our evil plan for this. And that's basically it. There's not much more to show. Sadly, a lot of it is in code form and like very early prototype. I hope that by Monday I have a bit more to show. I hope that by Monday my parkour system is in a defenestration. What does that mean? But I hope that by Monday my parkour system is in a very good, solid prototype state so that we can actually play around. And maybe even if I manage to bring it in a state that is fun enough, I might even have something for you guys to try out to tell me how it feels. But I think that is more realistically maybe next Wednesday, possibly Friday. But it is definitely my goal to get like a mini parkour level out as fast as possible so that you guys can try out and tell me how much my parkour system sucks. I lied, it's here. What did you lie about? Edge, settings, privacy? Really? Let's see. Edge, settings. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to show here and what not, so I'm gonna put it on the secondary screen. Privacy. Where the hell is privacy? Oh, I can just paste it in my browser. Smart. I lost my browser. Okay, here it is. It's probably not a good idea to do this while live on stream, but I might reach out to you in later on, Lee. I used to watch his channel. I'd tell you what my old name was if I remember it. Cool stuff, dude. Maybe I would even remember your name. Who knows? Thanks, man. Hopefully it will turn out good. You know, it's kind of sad. Like, I think the pixelation shader looks cool, but I'd rather have something not pixelated. But we kind of need, I mean, we don't, maybe we don't. Maybe at the end we'll manage to do a different style, but the main reason why we have the pixelation shaders for asset consistency. So if we ever import an asset or we make an asset that is not 100% consistent with all the asset, it will be less visible if it's slightly pixelated. But yeah, that's basically it. That's where the game is now. I'm not gonna extend this stream much longer. I just wanted to update you guys and to show you how it all is and have a chat. Hopefully next time I'll have something that we can actually do together. Like, but for now, all the programming I do and so on is too complicated for me to be able to be entertaining and still work, if that makes sense. And I can't really work on any level design because obviously there's nothing to design yet. The systems aren't in yet. How you apply the pixelated shader? So I have this like post-processing pack. So I haven't made the pixelation shader myself. However, I did make a pixelization shader at some point. I can show you how the material is made if you're interested. It's a pretty easy shader to make. If you Google it, you probably would find a way to like, probably a good tutorial. You can see it's a very basic shader. So if you're interested, take a screenshot now, replicate. I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to do this since technically this is from a pack, but sue me. No, don't. Actually, please don't sue me. I made it once. It's very easy. Yeah, it's really easy. I'm making an Android game. Is there any alternative to scene color node? I don't know. Ask ChatGPT. He probably has the best answer for you. A lot of devs should start using ChatGPT for questions like that. Let's ask him together. So I suppose the scene color node is not available on mobile. Is that correct? Scene color node, but there isn't even a scene color node here. Scene texture. Do you mean scene texture node? Any mechanics to reverse gravity planned? Hell no. Did we have 1 month? We have 1 month and you want me to add mechanics to reverse gravity? Are you crazy? I don't have time for that. Oh, yeah. I mean, in all honesty, a really cool idea, especially in first-person parkour mode. If you could have like places where gravity is like you start falling and you go to the wall, it would be very interesting mechanic. But it also like gravity systems like that tend to break every other system in the project, since they mess with everything from blueprints and so on. I think the easiest way to do it would be to rotate the actual buildings without the player noticing. That would actually be kind of the easiest way to do it, I think. So if we have like a room inside the building that is kind of isolated, maybe we could just rotate that room by like 90 degrees and make the player fall that way. But that also screams of buggy mess. Because, yeah, like that, I can already see the character being yeeted to space because the rotation kind of bumped you in a weird way and you just go flying. Yes, that sound effect was for free for real estate. Rotating maps instead. Any way to apply blending mode like Photoshop on text in Unreal UMG text? Absolutely no clue. Again, ask ChatGPT. And I don't mean this in a rude way at all. If I knew the answer, I would gladly tell it to you, but like, I have no clue. And so the top part will be the end. So this is the end. How does it feel? Yeah, the building does feel pretty big, I would say. Could be almost a bit bigger, but we can make the top part bigger, like have an extra big platform. But the view is kind of cool. That's crazy high, dude. Oh, that looks amazing. Like imagine you standing up there. You know what I want to do as well? Is there ever a sliding mechanic? Probably, but not in the sense where you can run and slide. It will more be a forced slide where the platform under you breaks and you start sliding down. So that's more how I have it in mind. Can the physics be only applied to the character and not the whole scene, so that at any point you can change the player's gravity? Changing the player's gravity is not a problem. It's rotating the player by 90 degrees and not having every animation and everything break. I mean, changing the gravity is really easy. What kind of character look do you have in mind? Well, I can show the character actually. I showed it in the beginning of the stream, but let's go through it again for the people that missed the beginning. So we have a few maps actually to showcase everything we did so far. So let's go through them again since a lot of you probably missed it. Level main, yes, let's save it. So the character we have in mind is this guy here, a very bloody, like messed up businessman. Like he just came to hell. He just died and came to hell. And so here he is, messed up slightly. This is the walk cycle, the first iteration of it. And these are all like blockouts, assets that we plan on putting in the game. Like no textures or it's not completely modeled yet, but it's basically to help us design the level, so start as fast as possible at least. Office of Hell Worker, yeah. The funny thing is we plan on having in the building, the big square I showed you, like that's going to be the building, right? And there's actually going to be offices in there, like as part of the levels. So this is the first assets. This is the character look. Let's go to the next map. I mean, you saw the level, the main level, but the level audio, this one is cool. I'll show this one again. For that, I need to increase the sound a little bit. So we have a very solid sound system in the game already. So with reverb and everything, so with different like materials. Honestly, I really like how this sounds. And then if you go in and there's like walls for the sounds to echo against, it will actually echo. Man, listen to that. That sounds amazing, doesn't it? Let's go into the music room. Yeah, this game could almost be ASMR, can it? Like the echoes are just so nice, and the impact of the footsteps, they sound so good. And then look at this. So now here it's echoes, you know, because it's a wall and everything. But listen to the footsteps as I walk out of this hallway. Doesn't that sound amazing? Doesn't that sound so real? Like, it adds so much. So yeah, the sounds will definitely be good in this game. Third-party one. We're using the Steam Audio. But yeah, so that's our work in progress systems. Sound, as you can see, will be a very important part of this whole game. And honestly, sound is important in every game. Sounds very good. Yeah, thank you. I agree. I'm very excited. By the way, I'm not the one that makes this sound system. We have a sound engineer, I would call him. Sound system engineers, sound designer. His name is Alex, and the crazy part is he actually makes the sound himself. The sound you hear here are placeholders. Like, these aren't the final sounds. These are just sounds so that we have something to listen to and show. But he's actually recording all the sounds himself. I mean, not all, but a lot of the sounds himself. And so he's actually outside right now and recording footsteps barefoot on different surfaces. And that's just pure dedication to the craft. It makes me so happy to just imagine a guy recording his bare footsteps outside. That's just amazing. Let's see. Let's submit the changes we did. We only did a few bit of post-processing change, I think. Post-processing changes. Submit. Okay. And now we need to submit here. We need to push changes, and we pray that nothing breaks and everything just works. Oh, miracles. I'll make you models and you can texture it. There you go. Problem solved. Carbon, thanks, but I'm mostly a programmer. Rotting game studios. I mean, nothing against Rotting Game Studios, but I'm not sure about the name you chose for your studio. Like, Rotting Game Studios? I'm not sure if that makes me want to play your games. Although it's humorful, I'm joking. It's funny. I appreciate the funniness in the name. So yeah, that is progress so far. I don't think I have anything more to show. I think we're nearing the end of the stream already. I know it's been a very short stream. I promise, Pickle Audio, Pickle Studio. I don't know why I read Pickle Audio. Pickle Studio? That's a funny name as well. I like Pickle Studio. Reminds me of Pickle Rick. That's a good name. I like that name. Anyways, as I was saying, we're nearing the end of this stream. I promise the upcoming streams will be significantly longer, especially that on Monday, maybe Wednesday. One of these two streams will probably be quite long because I'll actually be designing some of the levels with you guys, like the climbing parts and so on. So that will definitely be a fun part where you can see me playtest and suffer through my own levels. And then maybe at some point, like I said, next week, probably by Friday, we'll have maybe a demo. Not a demo of the final game, but at least of the first-person parkour mechanics and so on that you can all playtest and give me feedback and tell me how bad and shitty my system is. If my second game gets 100 downloads, I will change it to Pickle Studio. Let's go. How many people are in here? 13. Damn, I'm a big stream already. 13 people. 13 people need to go download this game. And then we have Pickle Studio. Anyways, thank you everyone for joining this very short stream. And I hope to see you on Monday. Monday will be the next stream. Drop the link. Not out yet. It's not out yet. Peace. It didn't work. Hello? My button doesn't work. You know what I just noticed? We did this whole stream without music. That's kind of sad. But I guess it will be easier to edit this video. Bye-bye.